This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, concerned citizens make their protest in a unique manner over a controversial Dunedin bus service. Preparedness, safety and stories of the one that got away. The New Zealand fishing season opens tomorrow. And a decades-old mystery of missing persons inspires a breathtaking work of art that can be seen in the city's art festival. And a very good evening, I'm Craig Story. Members of a Dunedin-based group supporting public bus users are highlighting problems with a new route. They say the Waverley service is painstakingly slow during off-peak times when it stops mid-route for more than half an hour. And they've been making their point in a unique way.
Ready, set, go. Members of the Dunedin Bus Users Support Group were kicking off their very own amazing race this morning on foot. They were making a point about the slovenly off-peak Waverley service running to Balnow's via the city centre. The bus sits idle at the Murano Street terminus for about 40 minutes in the middle of a loop on the route.
By looking up the timetable from this point here, from Chalice Street in Waverley to town, from which there has always been a direct bus for many, many years, many decades, I was very surprised to discover that Google actually recommended not catching the bus from here. It said either walk somewhere else or walk to the city. And that's where I got the idea, the inspiration to see if we can actually literally outrun the bus on foot.
Several bus route changes came into effect about 6 weeks ago. The Otago Regional Council, which manages public transport, says they include simplified routes and less fare zones. Changes were designed to make the network easier to understand and use, but not everyone's happy.
If you have a service that operates in a loop, you should never interrupt it. On the other hand, if you have a service that just goes to the end of a road and does a U-turn and comes back the other way, well, it's fine to have a half-hour break then. So we actually suggest that this half-hour break get rescheduled to be at the Balnow's end of the service.
He says that it'd solve a few issues at once, since the off-peak Balnow's service has been halved.
If they did schedule the bus to sit at the Balnow's end, they would, lo and behold, have enough time for that bus to actually pop down to the Octagon and back up to Balnow's. So it would actually make everybody happy, wouldn't require any more buses, wouldn't require any more wages for bus drivers who are currently paid to sit still in Waverley when they could be doing something useful at Balnow's.
The bus and pedestrians left the Chalice Street and Larnock Road stop at the same time, around 10:40 a.m. Walkers reached the number 7 Octagon stop a good 10 minutes before the bus did, 1 hour later. GoBus operates the route and the ORC says it's asked the company to cost an alternative. It could mean a solution is implemented within the next few weeks without disrupting the timetable. There are no guarantees, but the number 19's idle days might soon be over. Rosie Mannins, The South Today.
Otago is the second fastest growing region in the country in relation to tourism, according to the latest statistics. It's second only to the Nelson region, which has 11.7% growth in tourism expenditure. The figure for Otago is 9.6%. That equates to $3.2 billion for the year to August. Wanaka led the country for individual towns and cities, experiencing 16.3% increase. Dunedin's also had a winter tourism boom, thanks in part to a new promotion enticing Australians and New Zealanders to the city. Clutha is the only part of Otago that has seen a slide in tourism expenditure, down 0.4%. The fishing season is kicking off around New Zealand tomorrow, with Southland home to the most fishers per capita in the country. It's a mad rush to get everything ready in time, and regulatory bodies are asking for anglers everywhere, make sure you're prepared.
Fishing is a pastime many Southlanders enjoy. Tomorrow is the first chance of the season for enthusiasts to dip their rods for trout and salmon, and it seems everyone from newcomers to experienced fishers are keen to catch some of the fun.
This year's fishing season should be a good one. We've had a settled spring. Settled weather makes for great conditions for trout.
Despite the conditions being good for fish growth, authorities say people still need to keep their wits about them when it comes to changing weather while fishing.
I think it's just a matter of understanding where you're fishing, what the conditions are. Keep an eye on the weather. Weather's got a big part of it.
Another aspect of the hobby that could cause some trouble is licensing. Under the Conservation Act, anglers must have a licence to go fishing this season. Stuart says Fish and Game rangers will be patrolling fishing areas and checking licences.
Fish and Game has several classes of licences that are available now, from a day licence through to a short break, right up through to a full season family licence, and there's a lot of value in these licences, so it's best to come into the Fish and Game office, see what licence is best for you.
This year is the first time in 5 years that the start of the fishing season lands on a weekend within the school holidays. McRae says this makes it perfect for a wide range of people to get involved.
Yeah, the emphasis is on family, isn't it? You know, so what we encourage here anyway is a family activity. Everyone can do it. It's not restricted to any limited liability things or regards to you take your whole family, and that's what we're excited about.
He says anglers need to be aware of their gear and make sure everything's working before heading out to the water. Ruby Spink, The South Today.
Invercargill residents are being enticed into the city centre by a new gastronomic initiative. Food Truck Fridays are being held at Wachna Place. The Invercargill City Council is behind the concept, hoping to get more people out and about. And today was the second of 5 consecutive Food Truck Fridays, offering a wide range of food, including burgers, donuts, spiral potatoes and paella. Trucks and stalls are open in the city centre courtyard from 10 until 4 p.m. But vendors estimate over 300 people attended today's market, despite the average weather. Customers seem happy with the extra lunch options and vibrant atmosphere. A 57-year-old tale of 8 missing high school students is behind an offering in this year's Dunedin Arts Festival. The story inspired an English artist as a teenager, and he's created several works around it. Now he's giving locals a reality-altering experience.
A cube within a box. It's said that in America during 1959, 8 high school students went for a journey into the Great Deep Basin Desert and were never heard of again. It's a story that haunted 46-year-old British film artist Simon Wilkinson since he read it as a teenager in a Mysteries of the World magazine. Now he's bringing his inspired work to Dunedin audiences as part of the Arts Festival.
8 college kids, all about 17, 18 years old in 1959, who went on a school trip with their teacher, and none of them ever came back. And it was a story I used to read over and over under the covers with my torch, you know, to freak myself out before I went to sleep. It gave me interesting dreams, and it was a story I remembered until a couple of years ago. I got a commission in Australia to make a piece of work, and they just gave me some money and said, do whatever you want to do. And it was my first opportunity to come back to this story that I loved as a kid and find a way of telling it.
Wilkinson says his telling of the tale avoids repetition of the magazine, which supposed aliens may have abducted the group. He believes the experience inside the cube is a totally immersive one, as it uses virtual reality technology.
You become an audience, as an audience member, you become one of the people who went missing. So you sit and you look through their eyes with a virtual reality headset, and you experience the story from that perspective. So the two shows complement each other quite well.
His other show in Dunedin, Beyond the Bright Black Edge of Nowhere, is an hour-long performance with a live soundtrack, being performed by him and Trevor Coleman. Wilkinson says participants are in for a real treat when they enter the cube.
They are going to find themselves sitting at a table across from a stranger, somebody they've never met before, and a story is going to begin unfolding. And what they're going to hear is their own voice. They're going to hear their own voice reading sections of a letter that was left behind by them, so that they get an inside track on the story.
People have until next Friday to experience life inside the cube and find out what was allegedly written by the people who disappeared nearly 60 years ago, leaving nothing but a box 50 miles inside the Great Basin Desert. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, careful considerations must be given by everyone voting in local body elections, and colour, culture and the very traditional beauty that is the cherry blossom.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night, proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garrador.
Hi, I'm Doug Hall. I stood for council in the 2013 election and got elected. The achievements I've been part of in the last 3 years have been of a great benefit to Dunedin City. Reducing debt, improving contracts and better liaison with the general public to further reduce debt and better management of all contracts. Vote Doug Hall, first choice for council.
Hello, my name is Bruce Fairhurst. The City Council is a giant decision-making machine, and every year they make thousands of decisions that affect ratepayers, some in a small way, some in a large way. It's really important that those decisions are fair, made in a democratic way, and made with accurate and reliable information. I've lived my entire life in Dunedin, and I love it here. I've been working in the construction industry all of that time. I've seen massive changes in the consent process, making it difficult to build or improve your property. I see opportunities to make this process much more user-friendly. Vote Bruce Fairhurst with a 1. I'm looking forward to joining a talented team on the council this term and making Dunedin the best city it can possibly be.
Hi, I'm Dave Yardley and I'm standing for the Otago Regional Council. Two of Otago's greatest resources are our outstanding natural landscape and our capability for agriculture. Getting the balance right between preservation of that landscape and intensification of farming is a real challenge. To meet that challenge, we need a firm understanding of both our environment and our land-based businesses. I have that understanding to ensure that our landscape and farming can coexist in harmony for generations to come. A vote for Dave Yardley is a vote for reason, balance and integrity.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Hello, my name is Conrad Stedman. I'm 46 years old, married with 2 beautiful children, a former policeman of 10 years in South Auckland and Dunedin, and a business owner. I offer strong leadership with no hidden agenda. I am committed to serving our community. I am your voice for our community, for our future. Vote 1 for Conrad Stedman. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ronald Fong. I believe that together we can build a brighter future for Dunedin. I'm presenting 2 major infrastructure proposals that won't cost the ratepayer a single cent. The first is a flood protection scheme for South Dunedin based on successfully used displacement tent systems overseas. The second is a major new redevelopment of our Harbourside area to create a world-class community space. Vote 104 and let's build a brighter future together. Thank you.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Voting in this year's local body elections closes at noon on Saturday the 8th of October. Your voting papers must be in the hands of the electoral officer by this date and not in the mail if your vote is to count. If you've not enrolled or received your voting papers, you may still cast a special vote. Visit the DCC Customer Services Centre in the Octagon or phone 477 4000 before noon on Saturday the 8th of October. Remember, you have the right to vote. Don't be left out. Vote today.
Thank you for staying with The South Today. Organisers of the ID Fashion Week are looking at ways to cut costs after reporting an almost $55,000 loss. The society in charge of the annual Fashion Week just publicly confirmed the deficit. In the 2015 financial year, it enjoyed a net profit of more than $120,000, but that's turned into a net loss of just under $55,000 following this year's event. Income dropped and expenditure increased for the society, disappointing members. They're blaming lower than expected ticket sales and are now looking at trimming costs and boosting sponsorship. The society reportedly has healthy reserves for the coming event. And as local body elections draw closer, the Queenstown Lakes District Council is hoping for better voter participation than last elections. More people are living in the area and there are big issues on the minds of ratepayers. And the district's electoral officer says people need to think carefully about who they want representing them before sending in their papers.
Earlier this month, a large crowd was attending a forum in Queenstown to hear what local body candidates and mayoral hopefuls have to offer. Last election, there was only a 45% voter turnout. And the local electoral officer says there's now around 30,000 permanent residents in the Southern Lakes District eligible to vote.
We have a large population base in Queenstown and we think there's about 18,000 there. We think there's just under 10,000 in Wanaka and about 2,500 in Arrowtown.
And of those, over 21,000 are currently on the electoral roll. Robertson is optimistic there'll be a 50% turnout this time around and hopes to see younger voters more engaged.
I do believe that in the time that I've been doing the election for the council, we actually do have a much broader representation from the community in this set of candidates than we have had in previous ones.
Important issues that have come up in public meetings range from transport and accommodation to long-term planning for the district.
And there has been a lot of discussion about whether, as a major tourist centre, we should be in some ways having some sort of tourist tax that would try and relieve the pressure on the local ratepayer to fund the infrastructure.
Robertson hopes that voters get their papers filled in and sent before the October 8th deadline. Dee Karen, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, culture determines the direction of the very beautiful Cherry Blossom Festival, and weather for your location.
Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer-looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call 0800 502 402.
Come one, come all to the Oamaru Victorian Heritage Celebrations, a year to reflect on the intriguing world of medicine in the Victorian era. 16th to the 20th of November, www.vhc.co.nz for more information.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Hello, my name is Malcolm Dixon. I'm standing for the Dunedin City Council. I've been in retail for 40 years in Dunedin and I would like to see some changes in the city. I'm passionate about growing business opportunities in Dunedin. Transport and parking issues are important to me, and flooding and management of city assets, especially in South Dunedin area, are a major issue. So remember to vote for Malcolm Dixon at Dunedin City Council.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We need your help to rebuild our animal centre urgently. Please give a little today.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Hi, I'm Dave Cole, Mayor of Dunedin, and together we're building a great city, not just for now, but for the future. And I'm committed to creating a positive legacy of sensible investments, sustainable businesses, an emphasis on infrastructure and environment, healthier homes, and your community well-being. A future our kids can be really proud to inherit. If you want the same positive future, please mark 1 for Dave Cole for Mayor and return your voting form. Thanks.
Voting in this year's local body elections closes at noon on Saturday the 8th of October. Your voting papers must be in the hands of the electoral officer by this date and not in the mail if your vote is to count. If you've not enrolled or received your voting papers, you may still cast a special vote. Visit the DCC Customer Services Centre in the Octagon or phone 477 4000 before noon on Saturday the 8th of October. Remember, you have the right to vote. Don't be left out. Vote today.
Thank you for staying with The South Today. Staff and students of the Languages and Culture Department at the University of Otago are celebrating the arrival of spring. It is that time of the year when the cherry blossom is in full bloom, and for the Japanese culture, it signals a time of renewal.
"200 people joined in the Hanami Cherry Blossom Party under the clock tower at the University of Otago. Signalling the beginning of spring and bringing together many cultures, the celebration focuses on new life starting.
It's a season for hope as well. So like when we had that great earthquake and tsunami 5 years ago, it was actually March, and of course everybody was devastated and very sad. But after that, cherry blossoms came out.
The event was organised by the Department of Languages and Culture and the Dunedin Otaru Sister City Society.
We are having a joint party together, and of course our students, our staff members and everybody is supporting us.
As well as traditional instruments playing and sushi being served, people were also wearing authentic Japanese clothing.
Well, some of them are taiko players, they're wearing happy coats. Yes, so happy coats and yukata jinbe and a lot of Japanese costumes here.
Stuart says the Japanese and Kiwi culture blend together so well at this time of the year. Dee Karen, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Bus Users Support Group is highlighting a long wait on the new Waverley service by beating it on foot to the city centre. Fishing season is starting tomorrow and Southland anglers are gearing up while authorities are issuing reminders about licences. And the unsolved disappearance of high school students almost 60 years ago is inspiring a virtual reality art festival event. And now let's have a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ADT. We welcome again Dave Cannon.
Great, how are you?
Very well, sir. Good to see you.
Good. We are having a look at, in detail, at the DCC's proposed heritage rules to protect heritage buildings in Dunedin. There are some people who are against these proposed rules, saying they're far too restrictive, including the Property Council. So we're having a look at that for tomorrow in the ADT. It should be an interesting story, given Dunedin's doing such a great job at protecting its heritage
and
buildings and restoring them.
And this story will affect a lot of people.
Yes, exactly. So we're having a good close look at that, and what it might mean for future heritage buildings. We're also looking at issues over shared medical records between GPs and patients. That's another interesting story. The Arts Festival starts tomorrow. We've got a big story about that tomorrow, about the Devil's Half Acre story. And got a really nice story about Tracy Holmes, who we think is New Zealand's longest surviving liver transplant patient, who had it in the United Kingdom 30 years ago, and tomorrow's the anniversary for that. It's a nice story. And we're doing an online poll on the election. We're launching that tomorrow as well in association with the university. So there'll be more details in tomorrow's ADT about that.
And a big, thick edition it is for a Saturday.
Huge. Bigger than Texas, apparently.
Dave Cannon, thank you so very much indeed. It's time now. Let's have a look at our weather.
The South Today weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorns Emu Oil.
All right, and starting with today's southern view, taken of Lake Wakatipu and the beautiful Earnslaw. Looking at the situation over the country today, a mild northerly airflow covers the South Island this weekend, and that should remain with us for the next several days while a larger troughing front crosses the North Island. On the southern outlook, okay, for Balclutha, this is pretty much recumbent for the entirety of the south, which is high cloud and freshening northerlies, 17 to 18 to 20 degrees for all of the south. And across to the central, again, it's with the northerly airflow, high cloud increasing, and temperatures ranging between 18 and 20. High cloud, Wanaka freshening northerlies as well. Across to the north, Oamaru, moderate nor'easters, fine and 18. Marama, freshening northerlies, 18. Same for Timaru, nor'easters, and also for Twizel. Lovely place, haven't been there for ages. Fine and 18. Here in Dunedin tonight, the jewel of the south tonight, 7 tonight, tomorrow high of 18, 9, and for Sunday, 9 and 17. It's pretty jolly good. High cloud increasing, moderate nor'easters, maybe a little bit of rain at night. Looking to Invercargill now, also very beautiful tonight, fine tonight, increasing northerlies, high cloud again on Saturday. Scattered rain developing, 19 though, fine, moderate northerly winds, mild conditions, and 19. Sunday, sunny conditions for you, high cloud, northerlies, 18, not bad at all, 16 degrees I should say. And on behalf of the good men and women who bring you the South today, I'm Craig Story. Thank you, good evening. Carry on.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.